It's a shame. But,
60 years of innovation, 60 years of attention to detail, 60 years of rigorous testing under race conditions is what makes ATI Performance Products great. ATI has been helping racers like you reach the finish line first. Today, we manufacture a wide range of high-performance parts that are track-tested and race-proven. We're passionate about performance, and that passion is what drives you to the finish line first. See everything ATI has to offer at ATIRacing.com.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit. We'll protect it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We want to first say that Kenny Delco will not be able to join us tonight with conflicting parts of his schedule. So we're going to try to get that all reconvened and try to get him back on the show at another time. But we wanted to come on here, let everyone know what was going on. First, Robert?
how you doing, Mitchell?
Doing good.
It's a shame with the conflict on the schedule, but we totally understand life and everything going on. Everybody's lives, literally, things happen, and so there's a conflict. So we'll work on getting them rescheduled. So we both look forward to hearing from Kenny Delco. I mean, a man that's been in the Pro Stock battles for over 34 years now. I mean, if memory serves me right, he's got the third longest start record of anybody currently running Pro Stock, and that is saying something. He's a true Ironman in what he's doing.
Yeah, Kenny actually started racing back in 1985.
In Pro Stock, yeah.
So,
and so he's been through the series, been through the changes, been through seen many different things on Pro Stock, and so definitely look forward to talking to him and learning more about that. And so, like I said, it's going to be good. We're waiting to learn more. Can't wait to speak to him. And but like I said, we appreciate everybody hanging around. We're sorry for the delay, but like I said, we were taking care of stuff behind the scenes and things like. But we do have some cool things coming up here in the next couple of days, don't we, Mitchell?
oh, we sure do. This Sunday, we're going to have Chris Parisi joining us, and Robert's also bringing the man behind Turbo Action Transmission,
Mr. Paul Forte.
So that's going to be really great.
And here's the exciting part. We're actually doing it in a restaurant, Culver's Restaurant in Jacksonville, Florida, 101 Monument Road. We're starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon this Sunday, May 26th. Mitchell and I will be there to do a podcast live in front of, which we do live anyway, but live in front of, restaurateurs, people enjoying their meals there at Culver's. We're going to interview the owners of the Culver's restaurant, and then we're going to go into interviewing, like Mitchell said, Chris Parisi and Paul Forte. And so if you're in the area, just stop on by. If not, just listen to the podcast. We appreciate everybody and their support. So this is exciting. It's something Mitchell and I have never done, but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I tell you, we got a really good guest coming on June the 6th, and that's Paige Coughlin. She races the Street Outlaws No Prep Kings series. So we're going to talk a little bit to her about, racing that type of format. And also, if there's ever a chance of her coming over to NHRA to run Pro Stock or Pro Mod, is that something in her wheelhouse that she may want to do later? Paige is, still at a young age, but she is a very talented driver, and we're really looking forward to having her on.
Agreed. I'm looking forward to that too, especially like you said, especially with the new format change. They've done a no prep kings this year as far as the first couple races are not for points. Okay, she's done very well, and then recently, I think the fourth race in is when they start the points, so that's a different format from previous. So I'd like to see what she thinks about that, and I agree. I agree with her family history and her experience, her ability to be able to step in from one association to the other. I don't see why not. The opportunity's there. Like you said, she might not want to do that. She might want to stay in the no prep world for the time being. We'll see. We'll find out.
Definitely. Hey, and one other thing that we want to try to do, we want to try to reach out to Aaron Stanfield and see if we can get him on along with his dad. And in case you didn't know, but father and son raced each other this past weekend up at Route 66.
Yep.
And Dad took him to school on the tree.
That's saying something. That's saying something. But I mean, his experience showed and shined. And boy, the conversation after the race was good between those two. But
just a bad thing for Aaron. He went to 2 finals and he couldn't come out a winner in either one of those. Of course, Dallas Glenn beat him in the Pro Stock final. And with that, Dallas Glenn takes over the points lead in Pro Stock, followed by Greg Anderson, which is 4 points behind him. And they bumped Erica down to third. And she is right now sitting 66 points outside of being the leader. So I tell you what, it's a good battle to see both of those teams battle back and forth. And you're not seeing one team totally dominate the Pro Stock class.
right.
No one wants. I don't think no one wants to see that.
No.
The racers themselves, they want to win. They want to see it that way. But fans, they like to see the little bit of competitiveness with each other.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because don't get me wrong, as racers, we all want to win, and we would like to dominate and win every time we come through the gate. But truth is, that's not reality. But as a fan, yes, you want to see the competition. You want to see the back and forth. You know what I mean? You want to see new players step in and come to the top and be just as competitive to the point that you don't, any given run, round, pairing, you do not have a guarantee on who's going to win. Okay, that's actually what in reality that actually people want to see. They want to see that competition, that closeness. And that's what I enjoy, and I know you do too.
Well, you look over Pro Stock Motorcycle. Of course, it's like every time you turn around, Gage Herrera is just ripping down the track and just taking wallies left and right. But actually, Matt Smith was able to qualify number 1 with a 670, which
Right.
is pretty dang quick.
Yeah, especially in the weather. Yeah, in that weather, it sure was.
And unfortunately for Matt, he couldn't make it past. I want to say first round or second round, he was eliminated. And Gage Herrera went on and won another one. So I'll tell you what, Gage, if he keeps on doing what he's doing, he's going to make it to 50 pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely possible. But you know what I mean? There's no handwriting on the wall yet. It's just the fact that the Smiths qualified number 1, okay, goes to show that they're continuing to work hard along with all the other teams out there. And so, yeah, it's going to get good.
Yeah, they're making some power, as you can see. I think he qualified number 1. I believe Angie was number 2. So they're leading their
She
team.
was 3. Maybe I got it wrong. I thought she was 3 and he was 1.
She may have been 3.
Okay.
But it just goes to show you their hard work is starting to pay off, and they may start getting really competitive with Gage Herrera Suzuki.
I hope so, because I'm like everybody. I mean, obviously everybody has a team, you know what I mean, if they're a fan of, whatever like that, or a racer you're a fan of, whatever, which is great. But no one likes to see someone or a style or manufacturer totally dominate. Of course, we understand Pro Stock right now, the only one is Chevrolet, excluding one Chrysler, I believe, one true Chrysler. So we understand that. And Believe me, I wish other manufacturers get involved in that. But back on the bikes.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking about Pro Stock, I mean, you do have the Quattros that are over there running the Mustang bodies,
But
but
what power?
Chevrolet motors.
But the power plant is what I was referring to.
Yes.
I agree with the different body styles, and I like seeing different ones, and which is always great. That's always good for the fan base. But I was referring to the power plants itself. I would like it if there was more diversity in it, but I know that comes down to manufacturer willingness to back efforts for people to develop different things like that. I mean, people have argued for years that Pro Stock in many ways needs to change and be brought up to modern standards. And that's where actually I think today's FX class reflects more the modern vehicles, the modern power plants, with the obvious difference, the tire size in relation to Pro Stock. So, I think FX as time goes on will have a more true diehard following, manufacturer following, than I believe Pro Stock will, or other things like that.
And speaking of Factory X, new rules came out today.
Oh yeah,
for that class. So it's very possible the next time they run down the track, we may be able to see some 690 passes.
Yeah,
so
I don't see why
not. Really fun to see.
I mean, like you put on the Spot Motorsports Media Facebook page with this information update from NHRA. All three manufacturers get a smaller pulley, all of them. So equally proportional. So all of them have equal increases of boost, within proportions there.
Right.
And then I think they're also dropping 50 pounds off everybody across the board. So yeah, sixes are inevitable, especially in summertime. And so I know the racers are like going, okay, we're good with that.
Yeah, I mean, they want to go faster. So they're not going to complain one bit about the rules being twisted in Factory X to get them in the sixes,
Yeah. But I do believe their fan base will quickly pick up as more cars are coming out, more people are getting involved. The tribute cars, which is a very nice touch, on all the different platforms. So it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. And I hope some more people build more Chryslers in the FX class to equal out and do tributes, whether it be Sox and Martin or Brooklyn Heavy or Canvas or something, Soapy Sales, anything, you know what I mean? But have I like the showing the heritage of where the sports come from being reflected on modern race cars.
Hey, go back to naming them.
Go back
having
to
their names on the sides.
Yes, everybody needs a name their car, and it needs to be on the sides. That helps marketing too. Okay, they need that, whether it's the Red Light Bandit, whatever. Everybody needs to go back to big long honking burnouts, whatever the class. You know what I mean? I know we've really gotten away from the age of the era of the dry hops for obvious reasons, mechanical wise, but still in the classes that it can happen and needs to be encouraged. Because I mean it's great for the fans. It's great for it's great for the fans. I can't say it's the best for the racers because they're just ready to race.
Bring back some of that showmanship.
Yes, exactly.
That's really important, especially when you're talking about classes that are Factory X and Factory Showdown vehicles. That will definitely help draw in a lot of interest from fans. The only bad thing is, if you want to go to their pits and see these drivers or see the cars, majority of the time you got to walk a little ways. But I'm gonna tell you, it's worth the walk. It's worth the walk to the back 40 where they're at to just check out these beautiful machines, because they are some beautiful machines.
And 99% of them, they're far more accessible than Pro Stock or anything. So they're far more accessible. The drivers, the owners, the crew members are accessible. You can get right up and personal. You can ask questions. So it's really great. It's a really good plus. And I encourage everybody at all national events, Lucas Oil races, points races, Go explore the pits. Not only the professionals, walk beyond it. Okay, you'll be absolutely amazed and pleased with the sportsman cars, the sportsman turnouts, the different classes, the different people that you'll meet. You'll be very, very pleased, and you'll end up, I guarantee you'll end up with a new favorite of a class or a car, or you'll meet a new friend.
And go ahead and let everybody know, we're talking about sportsman racing. They're going to be racing this weekend at Maple Grove, starting tomorrow. Division 1, racing up there at Maple Grove. Beautiful track. They're live streaming
on my bucket list. That is on my bucket list, Maple Grove.
People can watch it on NHRA TV. Mm-hmm. If that's also being put on over to the Facebook page, I will share that link onto our page. So all you have to do is hit that picture and boom, it comes up on your phone, and you can watch the sportsman qualifying tomorrow.
Agreed. And I'm sure Bobby Fazio will be there. So everybody can tune in with driver interviews with Bobby Fazio on his YouTube page and Facebook page. And I'm sure there's a link there to the D1 race up in Maple Grove. So absolutely. But like I said, I encourage everybody that if they've only been to like one national event or even none, okay, and they haven't gone outside of the perimeter of the professional cars, take some time. Take a little bit of time and go walk. And go explore. Especially I encourage first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, go do it. Go walk the pits. A lot of times I run a sportsman eliminations, so you get to see a lot of them moving and see different things like that. And it's good. It's good. There is so many races and classes and cars and people, and the competition is there, but they're definitely more accessible. And like I said, it might pique an interest to a point you want to get involved with one, which that's what we all need.
Now, on the other hand, drag racing, I want to switch over to NASCAR real quick. Everybody might want to watch the 600 this weekend to see if there's some retaliation back from Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
We already called it
on the Kyle Busch. So
he already called it. That's what's so bad. It's like Fight Club rules. You don't call your shot. You don't, because everybody's going to be looking and looking and looking. I mean, it's going to help marketing your two cars like unbelievable, because everybody's going to be so focused on it. But if one little bump, one little thing, innocent, whatever, they're both going to be blamed. So,
I mean, I really don't think it's going to happen at the 600. I think it's going to come at a point in time where kind of forget about it a little bit, and then the surprise is going to happen. But
the forgive happens, but the forget does not.
No. And I tell you, Ricky Stenhouse, he was fined $75,000. He loses one of his crew guys for 8 races, and he loses another one for 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they got to have those people to come in and refill those spots for this weekend's race. And also, Ricky Stenhouse's dad has been suspended indefinitely. He cannot be at the track because one of the things was he got on top of Kyle Busch, wouldn't want to let go of Kyle Busch, so he got involved in the altercation. He's not a race team member. He's not part of the crew, so therefore NASCAR suspended him indefinitely. So
I got you, but I get it. It's family. It's family, and when family's involved, that's it. Badges are off and it's on. But I don't know if Busch. I think Busch got a lick in on him.
You got 2 in on him.
Yeah, I don't know if he got I think he did get a lick on him, but I think it kind of went both ways on that. So nobody exactly won, as far as
no, never do.
You know what I mean? Nobody exactly won, but I gotta admit this. Okay, I do like the passion. I know NASCAR doesn't like it and all this and all that, but I do like the passion because, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now, if you go to a local track, there's a lot more of taking care of it right then and there. Maybe not PC. So I do like the passion of it. I don't like outside people getting in it, but
Right.
that was family right there. It wasn't like some fan come jumping over a fence and throwing something. You know what I mean? So I do like that. I do like the passion of it. I do. I mean,
Well, they have the right to appeal the decision, and that takes several weeks. But
yeah. Don't get me wrong.
May change everything.
Yeah, I'm not condoning fighting and violence and all that stuff. I'm not condoning that. I'm just talking about the passion that whatever it is, you want to get it settled right now. And you know what I mean? And there you
Well,
go.
you got to look at it from both drivers' perspectives.
Yeah.
With that aero package that those cars have on them,
Mhm.
and the side drafting and how it happens, they're just getting started. Ricky goes in there and makes them 3 wide. He goes in the middle. And what it was the air turbulence that actually moved Kyle Busch's car over and struck the wall and had him come back down and hit Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car. And so the whole time, Kyle Busch is thinking that he moved him when actually it was the air that was created between both of the cars. And he went back for payback right away.
No, like I said, that's where. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a knee jerk reaction, but in the heat of the moment, it's what you think.
Right.
And I could see it too. I could understand both sides, but I mean, if you're doing your thing and all of a sudden somebody runs right up on you and the back end steps out, that would be the first thing I would think too.
Yeah.
You know?
And you talk to those drivers in the Cup Series, and they'll tell you with that side draft and that air in between those cars, it actually feels like a car is leaning on you when the car is not leaning.
Well,
So it's just, and
I
so
believe
he really needed to go back and look at the video of what really happened, and maybe Ricky should have backed down a little bit and not threw the punch, and maybe they could work it out a different way. But at the same time, like you say, it creates excitement for both of the drivers. Both of the drivers are not doing very well this year, and so it's kind of funny. Even Kyle Busch, after he said, "I'm going to get you back at Charlotte," I'm not going to repeat everything Kyle Busch said. He says, "Well, who cares? We both suck."
Yeah, I did hear that.
As you do, So
Yeah.
it's kind of that part was kind of comical.
How low is low, So yeah, I get it. But like I said, I don't condone violence and all that stuff like that. I don't. But you gotta admit, to see something that's not scripted, okay, it's actually good. There's so much in today's sports that's so scripted and coddled and manipulated in certain ways where it's only presented a certain way. It's like, oh, come on. You take the passion out of it. And
Right.
so, I don't know. I always like that. And but we'll see. We'll see what happens next, the next chapter, the next saga. And
Yeah, we got some people on here. I just want to let everyone know something came up with Kenny Delco's scheduling. And so we're going to try to get him back on the podcast as soon as possible.
Yep.
So those type of things, they happen from time to time with these drivers. You never know if they're trying to get a new marketing partner on board.
right. Things happen.
Something like
And-
that. So we
and-
want to
and-
apologize, and don't forget to tune in to us this Sunday. We're going to be in Jacksonville at Culver's Restaurant. We're going to have Chris Parisi that races NMRA, and he is a multi-time champion with that sanctioned body. And then Robert's got a special guest that he's bringing along.
Bringing
He-
Paul Forte of Turbo Action Transmission. And anybody that's been in the sportsman ranks of drag racing recognizes the name Turbo Action. I can't remember exactly when he started. I want to say it was 68 or 72, something like that is when he started Turbo Action Racing Transmissions. So he's coming here, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good to learn about him, because I've known Paul pretty much my entire life. Our family has known each other, and great man. And but to actually hear him explain where he came from and the business side of it, because he's been there, done that. He was one of the original supporters and designers of setting up Super Gas. He was one of the original designers setting up the Super Stock GT cars. You know what I mean? And he's been very supportive, very, very supportive of sportsman drag racing.
Well, one of the things I like to ask him, how much has changed,
Oh,
with his transmissions
yes.
over the years?
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff we're looking forward to, hearing somebody that from the beginning, you know what I mean, and to see the changes all the way up to now, and see, I know he's not into pro mod, and he's not into that kind of designs of transmissions, but he's really big into sportsman racing, the super eliminators, stock and super stock brackets. He's really big into that. So, and Chryslers, I'm very, very surprised, but very, very big into Chrysler transmissions. Early Chryslers, not your later model Mitchells, but the earlies. But yeah, we encourage everybody to tune in this Sunday at 3:00 for our podcast at Culver's restaurant here in Jacksonville, Florida. It's at 101 Monument Road, right here on the south side of town. And Mitchell and I are going to be there. We're going to bring our cars. Chris is going to bring his, and Paul's bringing his 65 Mustang. I think that's what he said. Coming up there. So we're going to have a good time. Just relax, get to meet us. We get to talk to you. And so feel free to send in questions, ask questions, but get the opportunity to come up and join us.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, we're really looking forward again to our guest that's going to be coming on this Sunday. And also we got Paige Coughlin scheduled for June the 6th. Please don't miss that. It's going to be really good.
And I forgot to tell you, Mitchell, and I'll tell everybody here, I forgot to tell you, I'm not going to say who it is, okay, but we are working on getting some other track operators. One of them is a very popular track several hours north of here. Okay, Mitchell knows who I'm talking about. But we're working on getting them scheduled, and that's going to be really cool. Okay, plus we have at least 3 or 4 other racers. We're trying to work on their schedule. Both local and professional racers. And so, like I said, reach out to us if you have somebody that you know that it's interesting. It doesn't have to necessarily be drag racing, but something with that you would just like us to talk to and potentially interview. We love to branch out our knowledge and learning capability. But also, I want to tell everybody. Sorry, Mitchell, I know I'm taking.
No, you're good.
But I want to tell everybody, thank you very much for everybody that has joined our Facebook page and subscribed to our YouTube channel. Okay, On the Spots Motorsports Media is continuing to grow, and our goal is to have 15,000 followers on Facebook by the end of the year, and 500 subscribers on YouTube. That's our goal, and that's what we're working towards. We're working towards reaching more people with more information. And then also my Facebook page at Simpson Competition, and also my YouTube channel at Simpson Competition 2877. Thank you for all y'all that have following and subscribing there also. We appreciate it. We both do. We're just some guys that like take the opportunity to get together and talk about racing and meet and talk to some interesting people.
Hey, and go ahead and let you know, June the 20th, we've got a guest coming on from a different country.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to have Michelle Morrison, and she races an alternate, and she is in Australia. So we're going to have someone all the way across to Australia, 12 hours either way, behind us or in front of us. You can go either way because it's exactly 12 hours. So she is actually going to stay up really late for us to be able to do the podcast. And I tell you, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, she's going to have a cup of coffee, that's for sure. Because
I can't wait to share the pictures of her alternate. I mean, it's just
it's cool.
Pink.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's fitting. But yeah, I'm wanting to find out what class she runs. I'm assuming she runs Santa Pod. No, Santa Pod's England. No, I don't remember what the tracks in Australia, but we'll find out. But like I said, we're branching out. We're looking to speak to more people. So just wanted to tell everybody, thank you very much for taking your time to come here and share with us and hang out with us. And like I said, we're sorry. Unfortunately, Kenny Delco wasn't able to make it due to a scheduling issue right now, but we're working on getting that rescheduled. And so we're going to have him on here. So all you Kenny Delco fans, hang in there.
Everyone, y'all take care, and we'll see you Sunday.
All right. See you Sunday, everybody. And thank you all. Have a good night.